Do. Hello, good sir. Welcome. What's up, medical car? Are you ready for some World Cup action? Yeah. You sure it's South Korea? Yeah, no, 0% sure. Definitely not sure. Although we do have the Great Wall of Kims in the roster today. So we have that going for us. The Great Wall of Kims against the Great Wall of single-named individuals. Those Japan penalties were sad. Yes, they were very sad. They made me sad. They were hit with a distinct lack of conviction. Look at the hype video going right now. All right, we're waiting for our World Cup upset, chat. Is it South Korea stunning the Brazilian national team here at the 2022 World Cup? I don't know. I do know we will see a lot of Boga Jonido, though. South Korea best beat Portugal. Brazil's got Neymar back in the lineup. Oh, yeah. Look at that, Neymar. Japan missing the first shot really hurt their confidence. I think it's fair. If it happens, it'll be one of the biggest upsets in quite a while. Of course it would, but South Korea had to beat Portugal to get to get here, and they beat Portugal. So why count them out now, right? Oh. They just came out of the tunnel. We're getting ready for the anthems. Hoping for a good game. I mean, South Korea has been very competitive in all three games it's played. The loss against Ghana was wild. The 0-0 draw against Uruguay was tight. And then, of course, the upset win against Portugal after going down 1-0. Kill the music for the anthems here. Da-da-da. Brazilian anthem's quite long, actually. what's your beverage of choice? By volume, I would say water. Like water takes the cake on that. The anthem of South Korea. The Republic of Korea. Not the People's Republic. That's all a little different ball of wax there. Oh, hit that high note, son. Hit that high note. The goat Fred isn't starting. You need to go home. All right, we're officially inside the anthem. South Korea's going for the stunner. Brazil trying to make its 8th straight quarterfinal appearance at the World Cup. What a moment. I mean, you got to give that like miracle speech. The speech from the movie Miracle at this point. You got to be sitting there like, you have earned the right to be here tonight. You deserve to be here tonight. We played him 10 times. They might win 9. But not tonight. Tonight you skate with them. Tonight we play with them. Tonight you beat them because you can. Ah! You were born to be hockey players. Every one of you. So go out there and take it. I've seen that movie a few times. We need an upset in the knockouts. Well, we might get one here. South Korea. I said it was now or never for them. They've got a core that's been through a couple of World Cups. They've got a superstar. They've got to go take it and drive themselves into the depths of the knockout stages. South Korea has been to the quarterfinals 1 time in their semifinal run in 2002. Brazil has been 7 straight times to the quarterfinals. A Brazilian team that is looking to finally return to a title for the first time since 2002, which is weirdly a pretty long gap for them. South Korea's got bigger plans, so they've got South Korea lining up at a 4-4-2. Oh, Z, hope you're good. Watching all the way from Pakistan. Welcome in, Abdul Omar. Maybe someday Pakistan will make it to a World Cup. That would be a fun FM save. Little bit of a challenge. Four, 4, 2, brother. Okay, they're getting set to kick the ball off. My predictions have been weirdly accurate at every point of this tournament. My prediction for this game, 1-0 Brazil. I said 1-1 draw to penalties and then Croatia on penalties in the last game. I have correct. I'm saying 1-0 Brazil. I think that Brazil takes a while to break them down, but eventually, like, kind of similar to the Serbia game for Brazil where they break them down pretty late on. Clock accurate. We are underway. Brazil and South Korea in the World Cup knockout stages. Only one. I say only one, yeah. I think we get a tight game for the first 60 minutes. And then once Brazil gets the lead, they don't really give South Korea much of a chance. Maybe one Australia-style chance throwing the numbers forward. That being said, as good as Brazil is, and as much as they are the team I picked to win, I think it would be really entertaining to see South Korea to win this match, and chaos and underdogs and upsets. So, chat, I want to see your picks. You know how this works. You put it in the chat. It's saved to the VOD forever. You can always go back and point at it and say, look how I picked this game exactly right. Right here. See that, Mom? I can do something. And I'm seeing a lot of Brazil 3-1, 2-0, 2-1. Like the credit to South Korea's offense there. 7-1 Korea. Love that. 5-1 Brazil. 8-2 Brazil. 4-0 Brazil. 2-1 extra time win for Korea. All right. Paulo Bento back on the bench for South Korea after being suspended for their match against Portugal, which is the only group stage match that they won. Awkward. Who would mention something like that? That just sounds mean. As a Croatia fan, I'm a huge Korea fan right now. Croatia doesn't want Brazil in the quarterfinal, I would imagine. 76 Fahrenheit, 74% humidity. A beautiful, balmy evening. I missed why Bento got suspended. He got a red card for arguing a call at the end of the Ghana game. Like a straight red. That was Lee Jae-sung with an excellent play there. Trying to use Son as a target man. All right. Kim Jin-soo going long. Well, Mac will be joining us today. No, Mac will not be. He was here he was in New York for the first couple of days of the tournament, which was awesome. Really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. But he's had a lot of video stuff he needed to work on. Cho Gae-sung, who's become kind of a hero in South Korea for taking it to Ronaldo. That Portugal match, that was a handball. Another sleepless night. Hope it's worth it. Well, you got a penalty shootout in the first game, so why not some crazy drama in this game? Oh, that was a terrible pass. Hello, Rafinha. You right there, Rafinha? Yeah, hasn't Cho become like a muse of all of Korea? I saw something about this. That Cho has become a muse. Oh, it's the first ever competitive meeting between Brazil and South Korea. It's weird. I feel like these two teams have been at a lot of World Cups. South Korea's got the 6th longest streak of consecutive World Cup qualifications ever right now that is active. And, of course, Brazil has the longest because they've been to every single World Cup. All 21. This is South Korea's, it's 10th or 11th consecutive World Cup that they've been to, which is a very insanely long. That's over 40 years of consistent qualifying success. That's insane. Had to turn off his cell because he was getting too many marriage proposals. I mean, I get that, you know. I feel like this will be a cracker. I mean, South Korea has been involved in one boring match, and it was their match against Uruguay in the first match of the tournament. Their next two matches have proceeded to be two of the most entertaining matches of the tournament. So, you also get marriage proposals? Oh, yeah, all the time. What do you think those Twitter DMs are for, man? Popping off. No. Is he going to watch the match? I'm actually watching, second season of The Office right now, U.S. Office. I have the game on my side screen here, but I've got the, Jim's about to tell Pam how he feels. Getting really exciting. Oi, what? What is that call, brother? The star in the lineup is the player to watch. The player that I think will make a difference for their team and whether they succeed or fail. Yeah, he's off. Where's the ref from? I have no idea. Oh boy. It breaks open for Rafinha. Oh, Vinicius. Surely Vinicius. And Brazil opens the account early. Well, I think the whole star player thing went pretty well. Vinicius Jr. 1-0, but I see you. That was a lovely finish. Composure. The Great Wall of Kim has been breached. And Brazil leads South Korea 1-0. Oh, man. They got sucked in too far there. Trying to cut off the short ball, and somehow nobody touches that, and it goes right to Vinicius, and that is a fantastic finish, because there is there's literally the Great Wall of Kim in front of him, and he just chips it through them. Well then. That might change how this game plays out, because now Brazil doesn't need a goal. They're just going to try and dissect and go for their flair plays and their goals here to try and add to the lead. South Korea's really going to need to find a foothold in this game. They need to get to 25, 30 minutes at 1-0, or else this might be a wash. But it's so important for South Korea to try and find a... Sub Neymar off for the next round. Like, all right, we feel good. We got the goal. We feel good. They're going to beat Brazil in StarCraft. Yeah, I mean, but Brazil's got them in CSGO. So, like, what esport? I feel like you really, you got to balance out the esports. That didn't work at all. That did not work at all, brother. The League of Legends, obviously, South Korea's picking up the dub here, but... Yeah, and StarCraft. But CSGO, Brazil has CSGO. Oh, no. Oh, that is... Probably, look, I'm saying oh no because, like, I wanted chaos in the upset, but if you're Brazilian, like, congratulations, because that looked like a pretty clear pen. They're not going to change that on VAR. And the Kim Sing-gu needs to save this, or else this is a real problem. I mean, Okay. I'm gonna get bashed for this, likely, right? But I do not think that the sport is helped by how seemingly easy it can be to win a penalty in such a non-threatening situation. It's a penalty. Every rule of the game, that is a penalty. I don't think there's any argument against that. I think most refs give that right on. I think the game is harmed pretty significantly by the fact that such an innocuous play, because it happens to be on the fringe of the 18-yard box, can provide a 76% chance to score a goal. I think the game is like, I don't know about you. I don't love the sport and I don't watch the sport because Richarlison got love tapped in the ankle and went down on what was a foul because that was the best thing to do for the game. That first goal, that's why you're watching the sport, right? This isn't like, it's not the same. Neymar's going to pad his stats, though. No chance for Kim Sung-gu. That was a nasty penalty. God, he's good. Japan needs a little bit of that sauce. Well. Hasn't this turned into South Korea's awakened nightmare? Japan is off to a 2-0 lead. And Neymar converts his penalty. I mean, like, yeah, it's a foul. It's a foul in the box, and it's a penalty. There's no. I say Japan? Sorry. South Korea's gonna its waking nightmare. From one sad story that was a heartbreak to another sad story that might just turn into a blowout. It's actually the first time I've missaid a team today, which is better than usual considering the 15 straight days of just watching nonstop ball. Wouldn't trade it for anything. Kim Seung-gu, yeah, it's going the wrong way. No, it's a pen. It's a penalty. It is a penalty. There's no doubt. I do think I think, let me see if I can encapsulate that thought into one sentence. I think the sport is actively harmed by the fact that such an innocuous play can influence the game so much. And this is coming from an American. This isn't coming from like a Brazilian where you preach, the beautiful game and it's like in your genes, right? In the U.S., it's just like, just win, baby, right? Like that's just what the U.S. is about. It's like win. It doesn't matter how you do it, just win. And I'm saying that I think the game is actively harmed by the fact that, are we really going to look at Jun-Woo Young and be like, the dude thought he was clearing the ball and Richarlison very intelligently gets around him and gets to the ball first. It's not a malicious tackle. It's not Luis Suarez in the line swatting the ball away. I think the game is harmed by the fact that that sort of play can influence it so much. That somewhere around the corner of the box, you happen to bait a foul like that. And that's the way the game is played right now. I don't blame Richarlison. I don't blame anybody on Brazil. If it was the United States, I would love that in every part of it. I'm just speaking as a fan of the game. And I would hope that it's, I don't know how you fix it. I haven't come up with any idea. It's just a realization I just had, because I feel like a lot of penalties in this tournament haven't been like guys in at a goal on the angle, or he's about to put in a dangerous cross and he gets chopped down. Like really threatening situations where you're like, yeah, pen is, yes. It's more like guys in kind of a non-threatening situations, able to bait a foul, handball he knows nothing about, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, then, I guess the next step would be posit a different way to do it. I totally think like a shot from that location wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I mean, I mean, you shrink the penalty box or something. But I don't want to come in as an American and be like, y'all got to change the game. I'm just looking to see if you guys agree with me, honestly, or if I'm just kind of alone and you're like, no, well, you just shouldn't foul in the box. It's like, all right, fair. I mean, I get that. You know. Yo, what? Hwang Yi-chan? Okay. That was dude, that's for like 30 yards out. He didn't even like celebrate that much. Whew. So I agree with you. Okay, yeah, maybe there is a way to change it in the future. Another decent hit. All right, South Korea. Looking like Brazil out here for a second. You notice one side of the draw is South American, the other side is European? Well, all those teams are going to go through. All the magic of this World Cup seems to have died in the group stage, at least for now. That was a heck of a save. It was more fair when Brazil had really terrible goalkeepers. That felt more fair. It was like, yeah, you got to deal with Brazil, but their goalkeeper's Julio Cesar. That, like, you know, who's obviously much better than the vast majority of goalkeepers, but he's not Allison either. That felt, yeah. That was fair. This feels unfair. Now that you get through Brazil and then all of a sudden you got, like, Allison waiting for you, mustache or no mustache. Yeah, they have Ederson's a bad. Look, I don't think Ederson's a great goalkeeper. He made the best save I've ever seen him make against Cameroon. Ever. I don't think Ederson's a great goalkeeper. That's why Alisson's such a clear starter for me for Brazil. It was an American that came up with yellow and red cards. It actually might have been. The U.S. way back in the day was actually really good at soccer. We made the semifinals of the World Cup in 1930. Like, just, you know, then we lost it for about 40 years, and now we're getting it back. But we were influential in the early part of the game. Oh, come on, son. South Korea just needs something to grab onto. One goal and they'll be all over it, but... Yes, still a much better backup than what most countries have as a first choice. I won't disagree with you there. I think if you have Man City's starting goalkeeper as your backup, just the experience of going through those matches alone and training at that level day in and day out is so invaluable when you come to a tournament like this and the goalkeeper for South Korea plays in Saudi Arabia, right? Like, a whole different ball game. Like, he could be a very good goalkeeper, and at times he has been, but the consistency and the technique and the positioning, the confidence, not there as much. And they said the U.S. didn't do anything in the beautiful game. Hey, the U.S. is part of it just same as any other country is, right? We bring our own style. We bring our own, you know. And more that'll be there. We send like the second most fans to the World Cup every time. The U.S. is also willing, yeah, the U.S. is willing to try things a lot of ways. Like, I loved the penalty shots from the halfway line. I thought that was awesome. Where the goalkeeper comes off this, I think it was a little more skill-based. Those were wild. I never watched them in person. I just know they exist and have watched the highlights where the penalty shot would be you'd run in from the center circle. And the goalkeeper could come off their line as far as they wanted. Oh, nice. Is that Lee Jae-sung? That was really good. Come on, South Korea. Let's inject some hope here. Like a hockey penalty. Yes, exactly like a hockey penalty. Speaking of which, hockey, fabulous sport. Everybody I know that I've introduced to hockey that already loves football/soccer, like, loves hockey. Dr. Benji worked the space. If you never get hockey a chance, just pick an NHL team and just watch a few games. It aligns very well with football/soccer, foosball. Football. I'm from Tampa, so I'm a huge Tampa Bay Lightning fan. I also will now I invite all of you to be Tampa Bay Lightning fans. We have won 2 of the last 3 Stanley Cups. Yeah, I'm talking about ice hockey. Yeah, the sport we're fighting is legal. can be useful sometimes to defend your star players. According to Pepe on Portugal, fighting is legal in soccer too. So, I mean, like, a little more you know, right? So he's like, join the bandwagon? Yes. Because I feel like you'd need an excuse to be a fan of a team that's so good. But I'm giving you that excuse. Oh, my favorite streamer's from Tampa. Yeah, okay. Oh, my 8th favorite YouTuber's from Tampa. I would love to be a Lightning fan. Fantastic. Awesome. Brazil's going to be so comfortable in this game. This is the game Brazil wants to play. South Korea caught him out. I just called them Portugal now. They were getting interpretive. South Korea caught him out for 5 minutes there. Brazil was still celebrating, maybe. They're fine now. Settle into this. Freeman, thank you so much for the prime, my dude. I don't like the whole power play thing in ice hockey. I think it's hilarious. So in ice hockey, if you commit a foul, if you commit like a penalty, you have to leave for 2 minutes. You literally go sit in a box. It's awesome. So then it's literally 5-on-4 for 2 minutes. It's great. And a weird thing you might not know is in a lot of youth levels in soccer in the U.S., like growing up, the only reason I played in the Florida State Championship game was because the starting goalkeeper got a yellow card. And when you get a yellow card, you actually have to come off. You're not sent off. You don't a man down, but you have to sub off for like at least 5 minutes. So I literally subbed in because he got a yellow. That was I really hope that was a flop. I really hope he didn't get pushed at all and that was as theatric as it might have been. No, he kind of got pushed. Dang it. Yeah, so in the U.S., it's not a power play, but if you get a yellow card, you have to come off the field. And somebody else, we have rolling substitution. Like, you know, you can sub as much as you want. So he'd sub him out. Yeah, and I remember that growing up. And in hockey, you literally leave the ice for 2 minutes. Oh, that was a good ball, Vinicius. Oh, dangerous ball. You should have caught that, dude. Power plays are great. I mean, I love power plays. And then it actually becomes an important part of the game where they're like, well, what's your power play conversion percentage? How many times in the power play do you score a goal, right? Ice hockey is also fun because you have rolling substitutions, so the changes happen while the puck is in play, right? And it's like 40% Canadians, and they're just objectively fun people, right? Actually, hockey's a very global sport, actually. Everywhere it's cold. Honestly, some places it's not. The leading goal scorer in the NHL right now is Filipino kid from California. So, wherever they can build an ice rink, really. He's a baller, though. I've never played Eastside Hockey Manager, no. I'm too addicted to Football Manager, honestly. What about a designated kicker where you bring them in just for free kicks and penalties? You called it handball, honestly, Wildlock. Just say American football or something because I legitimately was trying to remember the rules of handball there for a minute and I was really thrown off. You can say hand egg. I don't get offended by that, even though I'll just always call that football and I'll, yeah, okay. Okay. Keep shooting, baby. But no proper international tournaments, dude. It's the Olympics. Hockey at the Olympics, USA, Russia, inject it into my freaking veins, dude. Oh. That was so awesome. That was like, that might have been the most American I've ever felt in my entire life. So I think it was might have been 2012. Winter Olympics. 2012. Is it 2012? No. 2014. Winter Olympics 2014. USA against Russia in like the quarterfinals of the Olympic hockey tournament. It goes to, oh, Neymar? No, that's nothing. Yeah, 2014 Winter Olympics. USA plays Russia in the quarterfinals, I think it was, the Olympic hockey tournament. It goes to a penalty shootout. And the weird rule in Olympic hockey is that you don't have to rotate the taker. The same guy can take every shot. And so we sent this one guy who is apparently clearly the best penalty taker we had. His name was TJ Oshie. And he took 8 straight shots. After the first 3? Oh, okay. So I remember the last 5. And it was literally just like all of America was saddling up TJ Oshie like, come on, brother, you got another round in you. And so for like 8 straight shots, it's just Oshie. And eventually, the ref, dude. At 8 straight shots, it was TJ Oshie just like, and again, and again, and again. And then finally he scored to win it. We beat Russia in like 9 penalty shots. It was wild. And Oshie became like, he's on Mount Rushmore now. It's definitely the Mount Rushmore of sports heroes. That was so fun. I don't know why that was a rule, but Oshie was exhausted and the whole team's like, come on, TJ. You got this. I don't even remember who our keeper was for that tournament. But Olympic hockey is really good. That was the point I was making. As an international tournament for hockey. It's Canada, Russia, and the US with Sweden just over there like, hey, we play too. And then they'll like get to the semifinals and lose. A bunch of other countries have half-decent teams as well, but the 3 big ones are the US, Canada, and Russia. Russia can't play in anything anymore, so I guess that's the last time I've seen fabulous Olympic hockey in a while. You forgot about Finland? I didn't forget about Finland. Like I forgot about, oh no. What was his freaking name? Oh, shut up. Oh, that was freaking gorgeous. That's Bogo Chavito, brother. Well then, I'm sure Croatia is thrilled. Croatia's incredibly excited. A golazo of the highest order by Brazil. Brazil looks like Brazil, man. I mean, it's so good. I mean, I picked them to win the World Cup because I think they're the best team in the world. And that is so good. If I was any team in the world, I'd be scared to play Brazil right now. Like, really. 10 goals his last 9 games for Brazil for Richarlison. Absolutely ridiculous record. South Korea is a very prideful footballing nation, but they're about to get absolutely pantsed here. Plenty of game left. I mean, at 2-0, South Korea needed a goal probably before the half to believe, but now South Korea is in what I would consider an impossible situation, really. Because in what world is Brazil not going to score a goal in the next hour? Brazil is at its best when it's not under pressure, right? Like, Brazil snowballs better than anyone. Because these guys spend their whole lives working on the flare plays, the flashy plays, the loose plays, right? That's how they are taught the game. That's how they grow up. And so once you're free and you don't have the pressure and the tactical rigidity that you need to survive a game against a compact team like South Korea, once you're flowing, they can flow better than anybody. They could snowball this into 5-6. Obviously. Hard to be too scared of them. Dude, Brazil played 17 matches in South American qualifying and only failed to win 3. They won 14. They drew 3. Nice move. That guy literally yelling at Allison, like, why did you save that? Hwang Yi-chan looks good at this tournament. It's a totally separate... Totally separate note. Hwang Yi-chan is looking good. Should have gone upstairs, though. Allison was down early. Hard to beat Korea's coach right now? I don't know, dude. Korea's defense has been the issue, though. The Great Wall of Kim. Kim Jin-soo, Kim Young-won, Kim Moon-hwan, those 3 guys, they all play in South Korea. And that is a problem. Kim Min-jae plays at Napoli. He's actually very good. But the other 3 Kims outside of the goalkeeper, problem. And they've been solid and competent at this World Cup. But, like, Kim Young-won actually scored a goal against Portugal. But they've got nothing left. The assuming goal dances and celebrations are pathetic. I mean, it's what they want to do. You probably heard it if you ever played a sport. You've heard this from a coach at some time. If you don't want them to dance, stop them. And you can't. So they can do whatever they want. Oh, look at that. Look at that, the Rafinha. Oh. Bogo Shanito, brother. All over South Korea today. Bogo Shanito. We're going to go 6 for 6. I mean, I feel like I can already start talking about this game this way. We're going to go 6 for 6 on, like, favorites winning games in the knockouts after an insane group stage. Somebody really call Vinny that? How are people even saying that, dude? That still just blows my mind, man. The people will, like, go into public discourse and say, I think it was, where was it? Yeah. Kind of remembering this news story a little bit. I think going after people like that too aggressively fails to understand the institutional causes of people just being so oblivious that they say something like that. So just awful and unable to process that, I don't know, Vinny's just better than you, right? Like, I don't care who you are that said that. Vinicius Jr. is better than probably, like, all of it at that, like, just in life, you know? He's an athlete on the absolute highest level. He plays for the best national team in the world. He's making a stupid amount of money that whoever said that's probably never going to see in their life. And you know what? He does it with a lot more grace than a lot of people at this level tend to do it with. So, God, why do they keep ending up in these breaks? Vinny, dance on him again, brother. It's open! 4-0! What is it? They said they don't dance unless it's 4-0. Well, you better start dancing, Brazil, because your team's freaking nasty. Sad South Korea noises. Sad South Korea noises indeed. The Great Wall of Kim has fallen to the earth, and Brazil is dancing on the ashes. Lucas Paqueta. We're stacking up goal scorers for Brazil. Great variety in the goal scorers today. And this is the worst case scenario. This is the nightmare. That if you're an underdog in a round of 16 match, if you're playing Brazil in a round of 16 match, this is what you are desperately trying to avoid. Because Brazil can run it up on anybody. And they're running it up on you. And now what do you do for the next 60 minutes? Yeah, this is, I think this starts to feel like a fever dream at this point, honestly. And you can tell Kim Young-won, that was terrible. Like, just, you never saw Kim Young-won ever make a pass that bad until this match. Like, they start to do, you start to not play like yourself. I find sporting events like this so interesting because the mental toll it takes of the losing team. The game, like, it's a World Cup round of 16 match. These are life-changing events. It's just over so quickly, right? Oh, Son looking all right. South Korea could use a goal just to feel like they belong here. And honestly, I wish I could go on the field and be like, you do belong here. You beat Portugal to get here. But goodness gracious. Brazil's just unplayable. I honestly think when you look at some of the goals they've scored, that last one was bad tactically. Didn't get back in the right positions. Paqueta wide open. But yeah. That, like the goal for Richarlison and the goal for Vinny, those are hard. You know, I don't think a lot of teams are stopping those. The pin is the pin, you know. It's better from South Korea. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of impressed that they're putting this together right now. Zealand, this game's over. At no point am I making the argument that South Korea is coming back. I wasn't when it was 3-0. Yeah, when this is 3 over, I already said it was done. Yeah, that's not a pin. He really throws himself into the back of Militao, kind of hoping he gets an arm. I mean, if Korea pulls off this comeback, it's the greatest. It might be the greatest match in World Cup history if they do. I'm not afraid of saying that. But they're not going. I mean, like, I would bet, and this is why I don't bet, because it is possible. And there's a betting principle that always says people underestimate the likelihood of bad things happening, of crazy things happening. And then so it's a betting principle. But, I mean, there's no chance, right? Like, there's none. South Korea has actually had a couple of decent shots in this game, but Brazil has looked like a hot knife going through butter repeatedly. Like, they've opened it up so convincingly multiple times. It's got to be over. And now the question is, what other beautiful goals or moves might we be treated to in this game? Can't imagine what the... I mean, this happens. This is why... I mean... This is why only a select few people can play at this sort of level. The pressure is crushing because if you let it, if you're back there and you're Kim Young-Won, I'm just picking a name out of a hat there, but it's somebody on defense who's not really involved in the play a lot when you have that possession, and you're standing there and you kind of let it creep into your mind. Like, God, what is my mom feeling right now? You know, like what? I can't imagine what like the bars in Seoul look like, or that viewing party that I saw on Twitter after we beat Portugal. What is like if you let that start coming into your mind, that's how you lose 8-0. South Korea's just got to stay in the game, play for pride. They'll get a stirring speech at halftime from Son. He's super passionate. You know, he plays for Korea. He knows the burden he carries, and they're going to keep playing hard. They have to, at least. And it is possible that they let it get into their mind too much. Oh, Son just took a shot to the face there. That's not what he needs. Yeah, he literally ran right into his shoulder. That hurts. Oh, no, it wasn't. Oh.
This is a little Flopposaurus Rex right here from Sun. That was a little Flopposaurus.
That was a little Flopposaurus. He's just trying to plant the seed in the ref's mind like, hey, they're trying to hit me in the face here. Oh, this is the final game at Stadium 9-7 whatever. They're going to start dismantling it after this game. I didn't think about that, but I suppose that makes sense. Wait. Yeah, they've said this every time they play a game here, but they built the stadium in a shipping container, so they're going to break it down and move it to some other country because they don't need this many stadiums. Just put all those shipping containers on a ship, send it to another country. What a great humanitarian effort. Oh, I was Stu Holden going, John Woo Young picks up another yellow card. He'll be missing the match, the next match either way, though. Harsh but fair. Yeah, dude. I just want to know how much Fox got paid for the whole Qatar thing. Because I've been beamed with that commercial. Like, Qatar wants the world to come together. Also, super anti-Lucky Charms stance for whatever reason. Never knew, you know. Just looking for the pot of gold, chat. Korea should come back. Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's important to manage the mind here because Korea can totally, they're not going to win this game, but they can totally change the way they remember this game with a goal or two in the second half, right? Like, you know, you scrap in a corner, Brazil gets complacent because how do you not? And you find a way to score. You can change the way you feel about this game, change the way your countrymen feel about this game, right? Oh, goodness, Paqueta. Oh, good save. That should have been a goal. I don't know what Paqueta is doing there, but yee. This is the U.S. and they get 2 goals. I mean, shoot. If this was the U.S. right now, you're feeling like, I mean, dang. I kind of was afraid this was a possibility because we were playing Brazil. Now, if you're from a major nation, I don't know if you really know what that feels like, but I remember when the U.S. played Argentina. It's probably the best comparable thing. We played in the Copa America in 2016. We actually made the semifinal. But the issue when you're like on one of those runs is then all of a sudden you run into Argentina in the semifinal of a Copa America. And it's like, well, this isn't a friendly, right? They're really going to try and kill us here. And so we lost 4-0. And it's more of a feeling of like, well, yeah, I thought that might happen. Like you go into the match with hope and you're like, yeah, we're going to win. Oh, that was nearly a goal. And then you just go, oh yeah, of course. Like this was always a possibility if things go wrong for us, and they have gone wrong, right? So yeah, that's probably the best I compare it to. That's how I felt about that game. I was like, well, I guess the dream is over, right? Like they are better than us at basically every position, and they showed it. You're Brazilian, you know the feeling. I don't know if you know the feeling in like, if you are a fan of about 9 teams, I would say Brazil, Argentina, France, Spain, Italy, England, Germany, Portugal, and you're under the age of 35, and the Netherlands. You don't really know what it feels like to go into a match and be like, wow, we have no logical chance to win this game. Like, we don't. Way. Like, there's a logical explanation for how we could win this game. Where South Korea came into this game and went, and the United States goes into games like this all the time. We have no logical explanation to win this game. Like, we're going to have to do this on vibes. If we win, it's going to be an amazing upset that everybody will remember forever. But we're very likely going to lose. And there's a significant chance we're going to lose rather heftily. Right? Because this is a World Cup knockout match against Brazil. This is not a friendly. They're going to come out and play the best 11 they have. And their tactics are humming. And their effort is at 100%. And you're like, all right. Oh, boy. Richarlison. Oh, Richarlison. What a save. Oh, it should be literally 6-0 right now. What a save. 5 minutes of stoppage time, so there's 2 minutes left. What a save. Korea's getting in its head now. Korea is getting into its head. Like, they're getting into their... This is what that looks like. Missing easy defensive assignments. Effort's not there because you're in shell shock. Right? This is what we saw in blowouts at World Cups. This is what you see. And they're going to need a resiliency speech at halftime about let's win the second half. Wow, this is actually there for Wang Yichan here. I don't want to call it giving up, right? I think you're an elite professional athlete. And your pride is wounded so dramatically that you really are put in like a shocked state. You know, we have a phrase in the U.S. that look like a deer in headlights, where you're like, and you're just not thinking, processing correctly. You're not doing the things that you're supposed to do because you're just you can't even believe what's happening. That's what's going on right now. It was a good save. Thank goodness his keeper's been on his game for the last 2 balls in. Or it could be 6-0. Yeah, it's not apathy. It's not like Korea's going out here like, oh, whatever. It is form of shock, really. Halftime. 4-0. Fireworks. Well, that's a bitter pill to swallow if you're South Korea. My goodness. Hey, guys, I don't think we're going to have another penalty shootout today. It could be 6-0 after that first half. What's up, Zealand Brazilian viewer here? Feels good to be Brazilian for once, dude. It's going to keep feeling good to be Brazilian. Your team is, I picked them to win the World Cup. Think they're the best team in the world. They kind of look like it because this South Korea team shut out Uruguay, beat Portugal, and is getting absolutely run by Brazil. Who's the player of the half? Yeah, we'll get our poll set up here in a second, but I'm going to go, it's either Richarlison or Vinicius Jr. for me. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I'm thinking Richarlison or Vinicius. I think it's one of those two guys if I'm going to player of the half. Vinicius got a goal and assist. I didn't know if he had that assist. Okay. I couldn't remember. Did he have the one touch to Richarlison? He might have. Super serious poll. What we got? We have Bogo Janito, Chiche Samba, Mod Check Wall of Kim in the K-pop funeral march. Those are the candidates in our poll for player of the half. Very important, very scientific. This is going into the Library of Congress, so make sure that you vote. Make sure that your voice is heard. Right now, Chiche Samba is winning. And the announcer said anytime the opposing manager is dancing, it's probably not a good sign, and the opposing manager was getting down. Son looks an absolute shadow of his former self. I'm not going to lie, you could put Messi out there right now, and I don't think he'd be doing much. And that's no offense to Messi. That's just the way this game is going, right? I don't think. Mighty Duck, thank you for the $20 donation to Amnesty International, who we're raising money for throughout the World Cup. Mighty Duck, you are awesome. I appreciate it. Y'all, what's with the sudden interest in Morocco? What do you mean? They're like the last hope for the great underdogs in this tournament that actually, like, they have to go out and beat Spain now or else we're in. We have two more matches tomorrow. We've got Switzerland and Portugal, Spain and Morocco. If we want a and this is what we should, you really all won unless we're Spanish. If we want a team that is not from Europe and South America to make it to the quarterfinals, which we're always rooting for, that's the last one. Morocco is the last one. That's the last one that'll be alive in the tournament after today. Morocco. They will play, I think they're the morning match too. So they'll play at 10 a.m. and then we'll have a 2 p.m. Portugal and Switzerland duel, which should be fabulous because Portugal loves to not go out and dominate teams and Switzerland loves to hang around in games. So I think we're set for a riveting, like 0-0 to penalties sort of game there. But I do think that Switzerland has a very real chance to knock Portugal off. That is not an easy draw for Portugal. The Swiss finished ahead of freaking Italy in World Cup qualifying. Dude, this walk-in from the side is atrocious. Fox doing this walk-in from the side at halftime every time, and they never actually find the middle. Like, they never find the middle. They're always, like, off to one side or the other. It's kind of funny. Oh, I didn't know Brazil hadn't scored in the first half at this whole tournament. They really solved that problem, didn't they? Dude, I have not watched a second of Telemundo's coverage, and I can already tell you it's better than Fox. When I start CR7 or Leao, I mean, I'm starting Ronaldo. That was a really Bogo Janito penalty by Neymar. Japan needed that. What a touch by Richarlison to deaden that bullet pass back to him. That wasn't Vinny Jr.'s assist. I don't know where Vinny is on this play. Thiago Silva that got that assist. What was Vinny's assist? Oh, assisted Paqueta. Paqueta. Brazil first Hexa World Cup team. I mean, Brazil already has more World Cups than any other country. So anytime they win, they're just going to set the new record for the most World Cups. All right, but this team has every chance to win the World Cup. Every Brazilian team has a chance. This team has every chance. They're the best team in the world. Somebody's going to have to stun them. Maybe it's Croatia that has a perfect 90 minutes. I don't know, but somebody is going to have to stun them. Unless Uruguay or Italy start winning. I mean, Italy's not even here. Uruguay got grouped. Like, yeah, I think you're safe. I put money on less than 1.5 goals before 60 minutes. What are your thoughts? I'm sorry, it's on my throat there. Laura, thank you for the prime. That's just, I mean, if you're going to lose a bet, you might as well lose it emphatically. Don't have them string you along. You want to lose by a lot. What are the best teams? I mean, it's really, my answer from the start of the World Cup hasn't changed. I said Brazil, then France, then Argentina, then England. Those are the 4 best teams this tournament. I would go ahead and put France at 5. But those, to me, are the best teams of this tournament. That's who I think the cream will rise. Those teams will rise to the top. What about the Netherlands? I think the Netherlands are in trouble. I think the Netherlands beat us handily. They did everything right. We did everything wrong. They out-tacticked us. They were way more precise defensively and offensively than we were in their movement, in their finishing. But I do think that there wasn't as significant a talent gap between the U.S. and the Netherlands as there needed to be for the Netherlands to expect to be able to go in and beat Argentina. Right? Because they set up the right way to be able to beat the United States, but if you want to be able to beat the Netherlands, you probably should be able to go on the field and beat us. Like, go out and control the whole game and have the ball. And the Dutch will likely try and do the very similar thing to Argentina that they did to us. The problem is we don't have Messi, right? And Argentina has Messi. But the good news for the Netherlands is that Argentina also has Lautaro Martinez. So, maybe. But I do think it's Brazil's trophy to lose. I think the Dutch would have hoped and expected to get to the round of 8, right? To get to the quarterfinal. That's where the Dutch would have looked at the tournament and said, if we meet our expectation, we get to the quarterfinal. Anything past this is an exceeding of the expectation for them. Lautaro's very good with Inter. I don't know, but he missed a couple of Higuain level shots against Poland. Just skied him. I don't understand Casemiro at Man United bench. He's the best defense. I mean, like, it's very different the way the Brazilian national team's going to play compared to what Man United's going to do. And, I mean, the Brazilian national team doesn't have McTominay. Wish they do, don't they? Can somebody, I will happily do it. Fox, I will do this for you. Or they already have a guy on their payroll that can do this. Derek Ray, the play-by-play announcer who is married to the idea of saying everybody's name right, which every play-by-play announcer should be married to. Could somebody sit with Landon Donovan, Clint Dempsey, and Alexi Lalas and tell them how to say people's names at this tournament? My boy just dropped a Maeda for Japan. I don't know why that one set me up. Maeda. Dude. They, like, every time they see a name, they read it like a 4-year-old trying to read the word through for the first time. Like, oh, UGH? What is that? They read like a newborn deer, dude. Trying to walk around for the first time like, Maeda? Oh. Robert Lewandowski, Sergei Gnabry, Mishi Batsuya. That's Mishi Batshuayi, in case you were wondering. It's happening in a round of 16 because nobody's in their ear like, hey, Alexi, hey. First off, what are you? Second off, Maeda. His name is Maeda. I know you're about to mention him in this highlight because he scored the goal. His name is Maeda. Just thought you should know. Say it back to me. Maeda! Maeda. Maeda! Never mind. That's probably what's happening. Dude, I'm in nuclear on these guys. The official channel is Fox, and they're just I don't know. I don't know what they went for with this World Cup, but they failed. They didn't have any of the good hype videos that ESPN used to have. Like 8 years ago when we were at the World Cup, ESPN had a 2-minute hype video for every game, and I don't know why I miss those so much, but they made me feel the momentum of the moment. And in this World Cup, they play the same theme song. It makes me feel like I'm watching skeet shooting at the Olympics. All right. And up next at the World Cup, we have women's rhythmic gymnastics, the ribbon section, next on NBC. No! It's the World Cup. I want Morgan Freeman like, yesterday, everybody looked down on America. That's what I want. I want that. I want something that stirs the soul. A boy from Hershey, Pennsylvania. Like, I need that. Every day. I don't need, like, up next, the Americans take on one of the best teams in the world, the Netherlands. No, shut up, dude. Oh. I miss so many things about the way ESPN did the World Cup. I want the drama. I want, like, you know, those stupid videos of Tim Howard planting the American flag in the goal, right? Like, I want the guy reading the intense stuff. Like, that's perfect. That was great. That 2-minute video was great and encapsulated everything that Fox doesn't do. I'm letting it all out. I am letting it all out. I've watched the entire World Cup, and if I hear that stupid Qatari string music to bring us back, the Qatar paid $8 billion on their firstborn child to put on Fox, I'm going to lose my mind. Beautiful fishing village of Doha, Qatar. Neymar's playing in the second half. That's notable. I always switch to Telemundo, dude. I can't look away though. I need to hear somebody else say like, dude, he's literally gonna say Rapina. I want that. Top 5 U.S. players in the World Cup. Pulisic's number 1. Adams 2, Musa 3, Turner 4, Ream 5. Can't believe Tim Ream's in my top 5 there, but I honestly thought he had a really good World Cup. Oh, wait. Sorry, second half just started. I have a headache. Oh, boy. John Strong! The goalkeeper's name is not Seung Hyun Kyu. That is the name of nobody on the team. Seung is not a surname in Korea. I am a gamer. I'm in shorts. I'm not wearing shoes. I haven't left my couch for a month. And I know this. Seung Hyun Kyun is nobody. That person doesn't exist. He's not on the roster. He's not in Seoul. He's not in Pyongyang, for crying out loud. How do you suck this much, dude? Give me your job. I need to start the clock and I need a freaking aspirin. Oh, that almost went in. They are names for human beings with mothers and grandmothers and significant others and probably children. Bruh. Song Hyun Kyun. That nobody. What? His name is Kim Seong Gyu. Honestly, I'm just having fun with it at this point. But now I was like, really? 20 seconds into the second half, bro? Right after we have that whole conversation in the second half, because this game is 85-0 right now. I'm nuclear. That is a Gimareya shirt, yeah. Oh, that is such a good save by Allison. Holy bejesus. Wow, that is so unlucky. That would have been nice. Are they incompetent? They don't care. I think they're incompetent. I do think they care. I'm not going to look at somebody who's a professional at this level and say they don't care. I think there really is just a certain level of professional incompetence that leads to that sort of thing. Do you like that rhyme? Mothers, grandmothers, and insignificant others. Can't stutter while you're saying it, but you get the idea. It really is unfair that you get through this Brazilian team and then you go up against Allison. South Korea should have like a goal in this game based off the chances they've had. That was not a bad take by Son. South Korea didn't play Brazil in that 0-2 World Cup, right? They lost to the other team in the semifinal. I don't know who that would have been. Was it I don't know. That was the last World Cup that I knew nothing about. I was 6 years old. My parents don't really watch the sport, so it was Germany. They lost to Germany in that semifinal. Fair. Brazil played Turkey in the semis, naturally. I feel like I knew that somewhere deep down. And then Turkey just like hasn't been to a World Cup since then, which is kind of hilarious. We do now. True, yeah. My dad actually called me and had a very educated soccer conversation with me for like maybe the first time in my life. He called me after one of the US games. And he had like a few takes that I agreed with every single one of them. Like the things that he said about like, I think the team should be doing this. And I was like, yes, they should. Like I said that to him. I'm like, Dad, you just totally sounded like you knew what you were talking about. I know. It's like I was a proud son, you know? He gets the sport now. He watches it. He understands it. He likes it. It's cool. It's like the inversion of what most of the world is like, where your parents teach you the rules. I'm over here like, all right, Dad, this is offside, right? This is why, like, This is how good this team is. This is who this player is, right? And all these things. Infantino's trying to copy Fogden, but being in every match. Oh. Infantino's probably being carried by like 16 guys carrying some sort of draped throne, like through, you know. But sir, we have to walk 8 miles through stifling heat and humidity. Well, that's just the price they have to pay for the expansion of the game, you know, brothers. For the good of the game. This is for the good of FIFA. You don't want beers in the stadium? That's fine, as long as I can have my margaritas in the box, you know, brothers. Today, I feel drunk off these margaritas that are illegal in the rest of the stadium. Let's go. Oh. What? All right. They said there were subs that I missed. That doesn't surprise me. I'm having an aneurysm right now. Sun Junho and Hong Chul. Dang, that dude's got a cool name. I like that. All right, who came out? Jun Woo-young and Kim Jin. Oh, they brought Kim Jin-soo out. Yikes. And Jun Woo-young was terrible in that first half. He also picked up a yellow. I totally get that. Hong Chul and Sun Junho. I haven't really seen these guys the whole tournament, so maybe that's the point. I don't know their numbers or anything. Sun Junho and where is this guy? Hong Chul, 14. All right, here we go. Oh, didn't add the, thank you guys. Didn't add the stars on them. Today I feel Brazilian, yeah. Infantino. I never knew I could dislike a Swiss person so much until I met Sepp Blatter. Like him and Infantino have a unique ability of the Swiss to actually accidentally involve themselves in things. Is Brazil really going to go for goals here? Yep. Oh, what a save! Brazil's not capable of trying not to score. I can imagine. I just been taking the foot off the gas. If you had a team, do you prefer R9 or CR7? I mean, if we're talking prime, I'm taking CR7. I also didn't watch R9. All I know about him is what other people say and the highlights that, you know, you see. And so I watched CR7 growing up, and I think Cristiano Ronaldo in his prime is clearly... I mean, he's arguably the best power winger I've ever seen. In any highlight I've ever heard anybody talk about, if you're talking a power winger, somebody with strength and speed, power, technical ability, directness, physical aerial ability, he's the best power forward probably in the history of the game. Yeah. So I'm going CR7. Yeah, because like Ronaldo now, Cristiano Ronaldo now is a center forward, but you know, in his prime, he really wasn't. He was like a guy you put out wide that could just attack and attack and attack. He scored so many unbelievable goals, but he also scored the garbage goals, right? You need a garbage man, and he was both, right? best player. I think. Look, I think Ronaldinho. Oh, that's a soft foul. But Neymar, you know, he knows how to flop. Usually. Honestly, they better buy Kim Sung-gu a. They better buy him a steak dinner because this game could be 7-0 right now. Hey! That was covered. You didn't hit that ball hard enough. If you want to score from there, you got to hit that ball harder. Oh, it took a deflection. Oh, that's a corner, definitely. I didn't see that until I saw it from behind. That's 100% a corner. There you go. I didn't see any reaction that was a corner in the initial play. You're really going to pick the ball up and try and delay when you're winning by 4? Come on now. Come on. No need to antagonize here. It's pronounced Sung-gu Kim. Koreans say their first name at the end. Exactly. And his first name is Sung-gu. His surname and family name is Kim, which is why it's Kim Sung-gu. Do 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 do. Anyone to do Italian lower league database? Pretty sure you just Google Italian lower league database, you find something. I don't know any ones. Maybe somebody in the community knows one. If you get a red in the final, do you miss the first match of the next World Cup? I think that means you miss the first qualifying match because it's all technically the World Cup. It might just cancel because it's like one World Cup to the next one, or you miss the first qualifying match. But it's you definitely don't miss the next match of a World Cup because the World Cup it starts in the qualifying. You know, this is the World Cup final. I figured it was the next competitive FIFA international, not your next competitive international overall, which would be a World Cup qualifying match. That was my best guess. Unless your country auto qualifies. Ooh. In which case, it definitely cancels out. CONCACAF qualifiers are going to be weird. Yeah. You're going to have a team like Costa Rica will literally be the bully. Like, they will be the top of the table team if they play the way they did in this last qualifying cycle, which was stupendously well. I believe in Curacao. I want all of you to become as big of nerds for, like, all parts of the international game as I am, and Curacao will have a chance. to break Iceland's record for the smallest country to make a World Cup. They will have a chance. More than a chance. I mean, this is the swinging open door right now. Jamaica's got a really good shot. Jamaica's got Mikel Antonio, who will be old, but they have Leon Bailey. Jamaica's actually got some dudes. They haven't figured it out yet, but they have the talent. I think they actually have more raw talent than Costa Rica does. They just need to figure it out. They had a really streaky qualifying campaign this time around. Could never really get going. They couldn't pick up wins. They picked up some really good draws. We drew them. But they couldn't win games. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, my goodness. Kim Sung-gu is balling right now. And he's losing 4-0. Sleeper picks in Africa. Mali is going to go to its first World Cup. If qualifying was the same as it is now, Mali would have gone to its first World Cup. They were one of the top 9 teams. Mali has never been to a World Cup. I think they will go to their first World Cup in 2026. Dani Alves, like everybody predicted. Dani Alves for Eder Militao, of course. Granny Alves, that's good. What did he just say? He doesn't even care anymore. CQ Sun is what he just said. He just said CQ Sun got in the way for South Korea. Like, he's just throwing 3 sounds together. Then in his mind, it's like some sort of auto-generating, website. He just said CQ Sun got in the way for South Korea. There's nobody with every name in South Korea is 1 syllable, right? So it's like, there's no Sui. Suey! It's Ronaldo out there, guys. I don't know, dude. Oh. Would you actually prefer to pronounce the names the way they're said in the country? So that's a bit of a gray area for me. Like, should you really say Vincent? I think it's Vincent Abubakar, right? And I think there's a difference between an accent and the, objective right way to say it, right? Like, this guy's just making up names for the Korean players, basically. But I think honestly, the right way to do it would be to ask Abubakar, but you typically don't have that option. So you should try to say it as well as you can, but learning the accents for everything is hard. Like, I suck at Dutch names and stuff. The best way, as somebody that used to work in this space, is some teams will do this. Their media guy goes through the whole team and goes, say your name, and records it and then plays it for you. That is the best way to do it. Say your name, and then you just say it. I think he's on side here. Good idea to cross it. Oh, the leave, but nobody else is running because why would they? Do they make more subs here? Let me check. They did. Hexun Ho. Hexun Ho. Okay. Where are you? And he came in for somebody. Make sure you have this right. Huang and Bum. Had a rough day in that midfield, didn't he? Sung-Oh, there we go. Welcome to the match, my dude. You're losing 4-0. Be the hero. Oh, yeah. You're right. My bad. I have discovered my mistake now. That has been up for a long time. My sincerest apologies, chat. I accidentally starred them instead of putting the little sub thing next to them. How would you pronounce Simislov Placheta? I would have to look that up because I have no idea how to say that last name if it's Polish. Hey! What was interesting one time, I did call a game where there was a women's basketball game and the girl said, I was like, how do you say your last name? She's like, I don't really care. And I'm like, what is that answer? Oh, oh! What? Dude, there was 8 XG. Oh, yeah, it is. It's offside because it hit the guy. Oh, come on. Maybe we look at that for a pin. I don't know. Nice save. Oh. Yeah, it's unfair. South Korea should have like a goal or two. It is unfair. Brazil should still be blowing them out. I got no problem with the score, you know, but yo. Allison, just leave them alone. I'll hydrate, John. I'll hydrate. On a scale of 1 to 10, how Jonito has this BOGO been? Oh, this Jonito has been properly BOGO'd. Yeah. This Jonito has been overly BOGO'd. It's been excessively BOGO'd. Chat trying to drown Zealand. I have no contractual obligation to hydrate. Chat's trying to turn you into the Dutch province of Zealand. I'm gonna one touch it. You ready? It was not completely empty. That's really cold, actually. Wow. Totally thought it was completely empty. Just poured a little freezing water on my thigh. There was not a lot of water left, so I figured I'd just go ahead and polish it off, but... Yeah, chat. Bit of a... That's good stuff. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's quite cold, actually. Very good thermos. Maintains the temperature. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's wide. Oh, yeah. I want South Korea to score a goal. All right, Bremer, welcome to the game. Vinicius Jr. off. Only his second ever goal for Brazil. Finally. There you go. Danny Alves, Bremer, and Gabby Martinelli in off the bench for Brazil. But it is third now. I think it was his second. Unless he scored in this tournament already. Has he? If he scored in this tournament already, it was his third, and John Strong has said his 85th thing wrong in this broadcast. First of the tournament? Okay, then it's his second ever for the team. And John Strong did say the right thing. Ah. Lee Kong-in's come in for Lee Jae-sung. He is the future of this South Korean team. Good player in the Liga. You gotta keep the subs within the surnames, you know what I mean? Gotta keep the subs within the surnames. You're gonna take out a Lee and you got another Lee on the bench, get him in there, bud. You got to. Only Kims are allowed on the defense. You know the rules. Son. Well. I must know the same name. Because Korea didn't have a written language until about 100 years ago. When Japan was there hanging out, not such an invited guest. And when that written language was created, there's only like 50 surnames in South Korea. They're last names in a lot of cultures around the world originated much more organically over a larger period of time from a much larger pool, where in South Korea that sort of thing came about very, very late, and there were only, they basically just categorized it into a few sections of society. I don't remember the exact details. That's as detailed as I can get while knowing that I'm saying like the right thing. That's the idea, yeah. So, like, when you're a country that has a written language that's created for you 100 years ago, it's not generally going to shine wonderfully on you and provide a ton of variety. So there are about 50 surnames in South Korea. 48, yeah. Thank you for Googling. Hit it. Oh! Peg Sung Ho! What? Peg Sung Ho! Hello! He jogoed that, Benito! Okay, Peg Sung Ho with the goal. What a freaking bet. Dude, that's like one of the goals of the tournament. Touch, boom. Oh, wait. That's not his goal. It's not his goal. That took 2 deflections. It's Hwang Yi-chan's. That hit Hwang Yi-chan in the face. No, it took a double deflection. It took a deflection. That's definitely Hwang Yi-chan's goal. It hit him in the face, I think. Yeah, it took 1 deflection. It was going wide, and then another deflection off Hwang Yi-chan and went in. I'm fairly certain that's going to end up being Hwang Yi-chan's goal. I mean, that goal is even more incredible considering he ramped it off 2 people. CR7 walks in from the stands like, whew. Oh, I did add an extra A. I thought you guys were telling me there was an extra A. I'm like, no, there's only 1 A, but I'm the idiot that put the extra A in there to begin with. My bad. He should have danced. That would have big Ghana doing the Sioux energy. If he just like samba'd after hitting that. I'm pretty sure that Hwang Yi-chan is going to eventually end up with that goal, but Peg Sung Ho is going to have something to write home about. Said only 2 surnames make up about 35% of the Korean population. Yeah, that makes sense. Be Kim and Lee. Dude, score again. Like, what if? All right. Give me a little what if. Brazil still kind of seems sleepy. Let's wake them up. I want to see some more Jogo Bonito. Come on. Let's poke the bear again. Let's score a second goal here. Oh! God, Allison, will you stop it, dude? Yeah, he was off. He was offside, so I'm kind of glad it didn't go in, or else I would have celebrated too much. Oh, they brought in Hwang Yi-zhou. Okay. Hwang Yi-zhou. Shoge Sung. Oh, they brought out the star. The starlet. Shoge Sung came off for Hwang Yi-zhou. Hwang Yi-zhou, and I'm going to need to go get names off the roster here for Brazil's changes. Rodrigo in for Neymar, right? Hello. Hey, got the name right of the goalkeeper. It's a freaking miracle. That's nice that he brought in Waverton, honestly. Let everybody play at the World Cup. I always like that. If you can allow it, let everybody play at the World Cup, get that experience. This was the game to bring Waverton in. If you were ever going to bring Waverton in, this was the game. Guess what? You got a World Cup quarterfinal against Croatia that will probably at least be closer than this. Maybe it won't be, but what if Waverton just has a meltdown, right? Like, all of a sudden he gets put under some pressure. I don't think he makes some of the saves Allison has made. Disrespect. I don't think it's disrespectful. I think it's very much like you're trying to get everybody on your team in. Like, you're at the World Cup. You want everybody to be able to play. I don't think it's disrespectful at all. Korea's playing hard. Yeah, I mean, look, any country in the world would struggle with Brazil in the knockouts. And South Korea got ambushed, really, in the first half here. They got ambushed. They weren't allowed to play their way into the game like they could against Portugal, and they ended up on the wrong side of a worst-case scenario. That was a decent play there. Brazil's got more than a chance. I think Brazil has proven again that it is a prohibitive favorite to win this World Cup. Oh, man, he really, like, the shot from behind, the ball moves too fast. It totally hits Wang Yi-chin. Like, I just saw the overhead. It definitely hit him. Ronaldo would be screaming right now. Wang Yi-chin didn't really care. Yeah, I don't think it's disrespectful at all. I think if your feelings are really hurt, which, like, if you're Korean, they definitely could be. Your Korean player's really prideful. You're an elite professional athlete, right? Maybe in the moment you're sitting there thinking, wow, that's disrespectful, like, screw you. But I don't think if you once the blood stops boiling, I don't think anybody would say it's disrespectful to do it. There's one team that scares me is France. Yeah, I would say, I mean, I have you guys playing France in the World Cup final, so. And if the bracket has fallen the same way, it is once again possible for you to be in the World Cup final against France, so. And it has fallen that way. Oh, boy. Good defense. I think France will knock out England? Yeah. It's exactly what I predicted, honestly. It was England, France in the quarters. It's come to pass, and I have France winning. If I had to pick a team that never won a World Cup, who would I pick from the remaining ones? Let's see. Argentina's won. You have France and England who have obviously both won. You'll have Brazil against Croatia. So essentially my choices would be Croatia, Netherlands, Morocco, or the final match, which would be Portugal against Switzerland, who are both options. There's 5 teams left that have never won. I think you got to go with a team that's already in the next round. So I could totally see Portugal, Switzerland, and, you know, I could see all three of those teams losing. Oh, you really grabbed him right in the neck. What was that, dude? Chill. The game's over. Chill out. Netherlands road is really difficult, though. Argentina and then Brazil, likely. Croatia goes up against frickin' Brazil as well, and then Argentina probably. So I guess it's the same. I'll go Netherlands. I think the Netherlands the most likely to win it. I think my... Oh, ow. That could have been worse. Collision-wise. I think that my next answer would be Portugal. I think that they have the talent. They have so much talent. Not in the way they've played so far, but they have so much talent. They got to do something with it. You know that the World Cup is passing on Twitch and YouTube in Brazil? I don't know what passing means. Do you mean like playing? Because, yeah, I know there's a Brazilian streamer that has, like, bought the rights or somehow gotten the ability to show one game a day on his channel, which is awesome. I needed more air on that. Would have opened up. Broadcasting is what he meant? All right, yeah. No, I do know that, yes. But that's awesome. They were able to get the rights to something. I don't even know how they did that. Oh! Danny Alves, dude. At 39, he's like, watch this. Hold my cane. God, that was such good contact on that. '90th minute. Boy, yikes. Kim Sung-gyu, what are you doing? And the next ball. This is actually really well done by South Korea right here. Wang Yi-chan! Oh, everything but the finish. She set that up pretty well. That was a nice play. Let's get Waverton involved. Hey, what's up, Galaxium? My bad. What's the stoppage time? We are 24 seconds into it. It's still not up on the... there we go. 4 minutes. All right. Hey! I think we'll actually play a lot of FM like before the World Cup matches as well. Because what we're going into now is there will only be one match. I think. How's the schedule work now? Will there be one match a day or two? I think there might be two. Yeah, they're doing the quarterfinals on the same day. We'll figure out. We're going to play some FM here soon. We'll figure out when we're going to do it. Yeah, they're doing 2 on a day, so never mind. I support Brazil. Well, congratulations. Because this one's been over for like an hour at least. It was all just about how Korea was going to respond, and honestly, I think they've avenged some of it here. Danny Alves is literally going to shoot from anywhere now. Sad Taunton noises. I know. Taunton Town is alive and well. How do you estimate Croatia's chances against this Brazil team? Low. Croatia has, outside of the Canada game, not won. And that continues. They all have only beaten Canada at this World Cup. I say Croatia has shown its experience and its ability to win when it's not at its best, but it has to be at its best to win this game. I think we'll see something that look very similar to the match between Brazil and Switzerland, where Croatia hangs on for a long time, but Brazil has a lot of the ball and eventually finds a way through. That's what I expect. I think that anybody having watched the 2 games today would expect the same thing. The final whistle, Brazil with an utterly dominant performance against an embattled South Korean side that have gotten themselves back into the round of 16 here. But that is all they will do. 4-1. 4-1 on 4 first-half goals. Neymar 1 goal away from Pele's all-time Brazilian goal record, which he has a real chance to break at this tournament. But that's it for the day. We only have 2 more matches left in the round of 16. Holy smokes. And that'll be tomorrow. That's Morocco against Spain, Portugal against Switzerland. And it's going to be great to determine our last 2 quarterfinalists. South Korea with those very memorable moments, knocked out Uruguay, knocked out Ghana, beat Portugal, a famous result, but Brazil in the round of 16 was a few bridges too far. Thank you guys for the donations to Amnesty International. Thank you for subscribing as well and reminding me to hydrate. I will see you guys tomorrow. Congratulations to Brazil. Congratulations to Croatia, who have played their way into the knockouts. The favorites are 6 for 6 in the knockouts. It's like the revenge of the good teams. Have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourself. Sleep, eat, hydrate, whatever you need to do. And I'll see you for some more glorious World Cup beauty in about 18 hours. So